we'll have him brought back out if they say that he can be brought back out, and then you can give your victim impact. I know that no one, at least I have yet to have someone come before me and say my intention was to get drunk and go out and hit somebody, but it happens. If you're going to be drinking at all, even if you think it's just going to be one drink, it's better just to have a designated driver, right? I do appreciate the fact that you entered a plea, that you accepted responsibility by pleading guilty, and that you have not wavered and try to blame something else for this. You know it's true, and I appreciate.
This hearing is one that really sticks with you. Today, we're watching Judge Boyd sentence a military veteran who made a devastating decision behind the wheel. The moment she announces an 18-year prison sentence, you can see the weight of it hit him instantly. Courtrooms often involve emotional moments, but watching someone physically break down after hearing their sentence changes the atmosphere completely. Within seconds, what began as a sentencing hearing turns into a medical emergency, and you can tell everyone in the courtroom realizes just how serious the moment has become. Cases like this are a reminder that behind every legal proceeding are real people whose lives can change forever in an instant. What do you think? Is there ever a sentence that truly feels like justice in a case involving such a tragic loss? Let's get into it.
State versus Marlon Daniels. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Megan Galloway for State.
And for the defense?
George Sharman on behalf of the defendant in these cases.
All right, and you're Mr. Daniels?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Daniels, the court, at the request of your attorney, had a PSI ordered. And Mr. Daniels, we're going to proceed with sentencing. And each of the cause numbers, you entered a plea of guilty, and the punishment is to be assessed at 18 years in the prison. Mr. Daniels, I've had a chance to learn more about your background from your attorney, your military service. And I will tell you, I know that no one, at least I have yet to have someone come before me and say my intention was to get drunk and go out and hit somebody. Nobody ever intends to drive intoxicated or get to that point, but it happens. And that's why I always try to stress to everybody, please, please, if you're going to be drinking at all, even if you think it's just going to be one drink, it's better just to have a designated driver, right? I do appreciate the fact that you entered a plea, that you accepted responsibility by pleading guilty, and that you have not wavered and try to blame something else for this. I do note that you said that you couldn't remember, but you know it's true, and I appreciate that. Sometimes people will say, well, I don't remember what happened, so I'm really not responsible. But you didn't do that. And the fact that you entered a plea, and in each of these cause numbers, you were looking at 20 years. And I always tell people, when people go to jury trial, even when I was a defense attorney or as a prosecutor, I sometimes would have to explain to families, you don't know what 12 people are going to do, right? When you go to jury trial, you don't know. 12 people could say, you know what? This person before me is a military veteran. This person before me hasn't been in trouble. Yes, they did this, but we're not going to give them 18 years. Who knows? A jury may decide to have given you 2 years or 3 or 4 or whatever. You just never know. So for you to accept responsibility, for you to take the 18 years, knowing that by taking these 18 years, there is no appeal because you waived your right to appeal. I think that says a lot, even though I know that the family is in a lot of pain, because when you lose someone and you lose someone this way, it's not expected.
This is where Judge Boyd brings up something that many people don't think about until they're actually facing trial. The risk that comes with leaving everything in the hands of a jury. When someone is facing a possible 20-year sentence, deciding whether to accept a plea agreement becomes one of the biggest choices they'll ever make. Many defendants hope their background or personal story will influence how others see them. In this case, some jurors might focus on his military service, while others may focus primarily on the fact that a life was lost. That's the uncertainty Judge Boyd is talking about. A plea agreement may not produce the outcome anyone hopes for, but it does provide certainty in a situation where the alternative could be even more severe. She also acknowledges that he accepted responsibility for what happened, and that matters during sentencing. At the same time, accepting responsibility doesn't erase the consequences of the offense or the harm suffered by the victim's family.
The court is recognizing that you accepted responsibility and you took close to the maximum sentence in each of the cause numbers. With that being said, and cause number 2024 CR 009218, the court will follow your plea bargain agreement as previously stated. When you entered your plea, the court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 18 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. The court will give you credit for any time served, and legally, you're entitled to any time that you have served on this case. This will run concurrent with 2024 CR 009219. I'll request the therapeutic community. The therapeutic community doesn't increase the time that you're in custody. It's merely designed to help you maintain your sobriety, address any type of mental health or substance abuse issues you may have, so that ultimately when you're released from prison and there's an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon.
May I address the court on a matter?
Just one moment.
Yes.
And cause number 2024 CR 009219, the court is finding you guilty. The court will sentence you to 18 years, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. This run concurrent with 2024 CR 009218. There is to be restitution of $60 to DPS for testing. And the court will recommend the therapeutic community. There's something you wish to say, counsel?
Yes, on the PSI, it said that he had combat risen. He did not have combat treatment. So that was erroneous.
Okay.
Step number 2, it shows there were 2 prior misdemeanors. There was only 1. And if you look at it, it's the same date.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else?
That's all we have.
All right, Mr. Daniels. Deputy Laura, if you'll give him his trial court certification. All right. Counsel?
Yes.
All right, your client has been removed from the courtroom. Did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal with him?
I did.
All right. On the record, the court informed the defendant that by entering the plea, he had waived his right to appeal, so he acknowledged that. I followed the plea bargain agreement. So because I followed his plea bargain agreement and because he's waived his right to appeal, he do not have the court's permission to appeal.
I went over that with him, Judge, so he understands.
All right, thank you. Is there anything else from either side?
Well, Judge, I don't know if Mr. Sherman wanted to bring these serious things, but because the defendant is going to be in custody, I did see that he filed motions to remove the ignition and the locks. Your motions to...
Yes, she's already signed.
Oh, yes, I signed those, yes.
Objection to that.
All right, thank you.
And that we do have victim impact, but I'm...
All right, so who are the people here for victim impact?
That's the father,
Okay.
father and husband of the victims, and then the brother and sister.
All right, so everyone, just give us a moment. We're going to have medical check him out to see what's going on. And then if you will be patient, we'll have him brought back out if they say that he can be brought back out. And then you can give your victim impact.
The final moments of this hearing are incredibly difficult to watch. Seeing how quickly everything changed serves as a reminder that one decision can alter countless lives forever. It's a heartbreaking situation from every angle. A victim lost their life, and another person's future changed completely because of a terrible choice. The defendant was a military veteran and a father, but the court also had to consider the lasting impact of the offense. Judge Boyd didn't appear to approach the case with anger. Instead, she focused on applying the law, recognizing the seriousness of the loss, and protecting the community moving forward. Many people are surprised to learn that even first-time offenders can receive lengthy prison sentences in fatal DUI cases because the consequences are permanent and irreversible. In situations like this, there are no real winners, only lives forever changed by one tragic decision. What do you think? Was an 18-year sentence appropriate in this case? Or do you believe a different outcome would have been more just? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.